Hello, look what I have. I have the lunar lander, one of the lunar landers that landed on the moon. This is definitely one of the lunar landers that landed on the moon. It's not something made for a school play by the art department or anything like this. So, we're going to make some observations. Observation number one, no windows. So there's no air pressure on the moon, so they can't use a barometric altimeter. So how do they know how far they are from the surface of the moon? Don't know. Maybe this is why they didn't have to use this. The jet here in the bottom, you see how there is no little sign here of disturbance. There is no little crater or anything. No, it's because the gravity is only 1/6, so it could just fall gently. So, okay, so it falls gently. Now, let's have a closer look. Let's do this. And let's see. What material is this? What is this? With all this buckling. And let's look closer. Look, you see here at the top, they started with very good intentions. They said, we are going to make this look very neat and everything will be very great, okay? And they have these bendy over things that they put a nail through. Dun, 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 dun. And then they just ran out. They ran out of them. So they just use a press-on stud. And here is a very important bendy thing. They had another one, so they use it here. And some more press-on stud. You can see by this shape here, the highlight here, you see, and the little bit of highlight here, compared to the low light here and the highlight here, you can tell that this is a thin material. It's not a thick material like drywall, plastering, something. No, this is more like parcel paper. Okay, so another nail here, another nail here, another one here, and some more buckling. Look at this buckling. Whoa, it's a like big S shape. So, and this here, somebody put this for a joke so that stupid people will think, oh, this must be very important. It must be some sensor. No, it was here for a joke. This is all. And whoever put it there will be laughing, or will, if he didn't die already. So this not look like very much like precision engineering. Look at this. It's a bit too big. And look, not even a straight line. So look here, again, a bit of mistake. There are two kinds of artists in the world. There are the artists that like to draw freehand, and then there are the artists that like to draw with a ruler. And artists that like to draw with a ruler because they are jealous of the people that can draw freehand. So what they do is they make extra lines. They put extra angles like this. They like to do this. It's to compensate. You know, so they do all these things just because they like to use the ruler and they like to say, look, I can do octagonal shape here, and then I can work out how to do the shapes that converge on a point. Eh? And they are very proud of this. But this looked like it was designed by somebody who is kind of good with a ruler, but not very good with aesthetics, or not very good with dynamics, and not very good with fluid line. You can see there is no fluid line here. So now let's look at these here. See, one here, another one here, another one here. These multi-directional jets. Okay. Here there is a guard because the jet is going to come out very hot and it's gonna here. And there is another guard because the jet is gonna come very hot and go here, very hot. And here, oh, there is no guard, but it's going to come here, just like this one, no? It's going to fall here, but no guard. It must have fallen off. Let's see. Maybe it's this here, but maybe it's here in the shadow and we cannot see it. I don't know, but there is definitely not here because if you look how close the guard is to the bottom of this inverted cup, look how close there, look how close here, and look how it's not there at all. So now let's look at one more thing. Do you see these things here, the padding here with the press studs? This looks like a BMX card for the crossbar, but it's too thick. It's not for a real BMX. But look, here, press stud. Okay, and here, press stud. But here, tape. And here, not even tape. This is like the rubber padding that you get for things. Can you see? You can see the gap there and there. Okay? And people will say, you're stupid, this is for heat resistance. It's like, okay, if this is for heat resistance, why they use cardboard here? This doesn't look like very heat resistance. And look here, this little pointy thing. If you look close, it looks like it's a peephole. It looks like somebody inside looking. Or maybe this is directional and somebody look and there's a little mirror here and they could see the lunar floor and this is how they landed. And it doesn't matter about this big gap here or all the crimping, and it doesn't matter about all this. The stains, it doesn't matter about the stains. It doesn't look, this is definitely, it means that this definitely worked because you can see all this here. It's not like somebody spitting on it to make it look wet. No, don't be so silly. And look, all this precision engineering. I would like engineers to look at this and to write to me and tell me that this really is the result of precision engineering, especially the way that this overhang. Okay? And let's look some more. Oh yes, look. See all this gold here, framing this kind of thing, this bigger space there. Is this a hot dog? No, it's not a hot dog. But anyway, this with the buttons, something very important for him to do. In this part of the lunar lander that stayed on the moon, because this is the part that went off when the camera was filming, and people say, so who was using the camera? And people say, oh, it was the people in ground control controlling it remotely. Like, wow, mega long distance remote control, huh? But anyway, so this gold framing this box, this would have acted like a capacitor when they were going through the Van Allen radiation belt. So all this heating proofing here, it doesn't matter. This here would have made the whole thing melt. And all of this, everything, all of it, melt as they go through the Van Allen radiation belt. Either melt or lose the atomic bonding and make all of the atoms separate and fly off without association with another atom. Maybe, who knows? NASA doesn't. So yes, now even though I'm pointing this out, people will come to me and say, look, the reason they use black here is because it's very important. And here, if they didn't use black, they would have all died. And here, they didn't need black. Or here, or here. Or this little piece here, it didn't need black. Okay? People will still say to me, you're so stupid. They went out of the earth in a rocket. And then they separated, and it separated into two units that were together. The other unit instead took this all the way to the moon, and then they separated from that unit, and then this landed, and the other unit carried on going around doing orbits of the moon, while this one was landing, and they were doing things on the moon. And then this one took off, and the top bit here attached again to the other one that was orbiting the moon, and the one that was orbiting the moon took them all the way back to the earth. Okay, this is what people will still say even when you show that this is like cardboard or maybe plaster for doing drywalling. Look at these lines, okay? Look, I'm looking to see if there's a lemon hanging from the top, like a Grissom, but no lemon. Look at this crimping, okay? If you really think this went to the moon, and you think I am a retard for thinking this did not go to the moon, then maybe you should go and have your IQ evaluated. Well, not your IQ. Maybe your IQ is very high. You should have your common sense evaluated. Okay? Go to the people who like you the least and ask them what their opinion of you is. Whether they think that you are a well-balanced individual who has a normal sense of discernment. Okay? Now, let's look here. Look. Silver foil with copper tape. Look, here is closer. It must be very important that these three are closer. Okay? Dun, 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 all the way up. Let's look at the other one. Oh, it's not so important. There's not three here. Look. Three here together. Not three here together. So it's not so important. Oh, and look here. They must have finished the tape. They started with the other one, and here they finished. They just didn't have enough, so they could only do the half. Okay? And of course, you have to shield the legs, because if you don't shield the legs, then something really bad will happen. Maybe the moon have extra corrosive qualities, and it has to be shielded like this. Okay? So, don't question NASA, or question NASA and say, what have you been showing us? What have you been doing with the money? This looked like it was made by somebody's. There are two types of very intelligent people. There are some people who are very, very intelligent with academic smarts. Okay, I knew someone like this, very intelligent, but he could not change a light bulb. Okay, this looks like what that kind of person would do if they had to, if maybe like 3 or 4 of them had to build something like this. One of them, the one who likes to say that he's very good at designing, designed it, okay? And then somebody brought the materials and said, there you go, make it with this. So they made it. But look, you see how they didn't know to put a pin there so that this doesn't buckle? You see how they didn't know to maybe move this in a little bit so it doesn't overhang? And you see all the buckling here and all the warping, buckling and warping and everything. This is because they are not very good at doing things like changing a light bulb. So they can't make a lunar lander, but they had to make it because they are very, very smart. So they said, look, I'm not going to pay and make somebody sign a secret thing so that they will build a lander. They will think that we are inept and incapable and all kinds of things. So we will make it all ourselves. You have this thing? Hey, you know that thing that you showed me the other day? Yes, let's put this on here. Yeah, it would be very funny, and people will think it's a sensor or something. And the bottom of it, don't worry about the bottom of it, okay? Don't worry. No, relax, don't worry. And what about the curtain rods? What about the curtain rods? Don't worry about the curtain rods. People will think it's an ultra powerful steel that we made especially for a metal alloy. We made especially for the lunar lander. We can sell a patent for it. We can get millions and billions. Yeah, and everything will be fine, okay? We will show this on television with bad quality. People will not be able to see all of this stuff. So now that you have seen this, either you are an intelligent person and you think this went to the moon, or you are an intelligent person and you think this was made by people who are not very good at art and craft, certainly not by master engineers, and this did not go to the moon. You will either be one of the very intelligent people or the other one that is very intelligent people. If you're the kind of intelligent people who say this is look like shit, then you will think maybe they didn't go to the moon and it's all a big lie. Or you maybe are the other kind of intelligent person who says it doesn't matter what it looked like, they still went to the moon. And all of these things, maybe they didn't have to be precise because of some reason that you can invent on the spot. On the spot, you will invent a reason. You will say these shapes are necessary for things. And all of this is all necessary for things. And if it were not necessary, they would not be like this. This is called rationalization, and globe earthers love to rationalize. So, rationalize this. What the hell is this here? This tape that's going down to the floor and across, and then up is clipped onto something here, and then goes up and kind of disappears here. What is that? Oh, it must be something mega important. What's in this void? Must be something very mega important. What is this? Look, it's just like it's got buttons and things. Must be mega important. Never mind the laws of experimental physics and electronics that says the whole thing would have been electrified whilst it went through the Van Allen radiation belt. Ignore that. It doesn't matter. Look at this. It's not even covering that properly. Okay? And what is this bits of stuff there? What is that? That looks like a big cable. What is this? Who knows? What is all this stuff? What's this? It looks like a bag of cement. What is that? Has he taken the helmet off? No, it looks like the helmet is there. So this is not a helmet. What the hell is this? Don't know. Okay, what is this? Don't know. What else? What is this big weird thing here? Don't know. Must be very important. So, look, the cable is going, of course, from the battery, from this, the energy to send all the picture and the sound all the way to the Earth, or all the way to the other lander, and then the other lander, the other LEM, send this over, who knows. And this here is all true, and if you think it's not true, you're a conspiracy theorist. You probably think vaccinations are not safe, you're putting everyone in danger, and you think 9/11 was not done by Osama bin Laden, and you are crazy and you are an enemy of the state, and people should put you on a no-fly list and put you in jail. That's what should happen if you think that this is showing that they did not go to the moon. Either this, or they did not go to the moon, they don't have the power that they pretend like they have, satellite spying on you and all this, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. You really don't know very much about anything, apart from things you have experience of, and all the theories you have experience of are all just fairy tales. So, enjoy the rest of your life, and if you have a problem with this, don't have a big go at me, have a big go at NASA, and say to them, what have you been doing, you crazy bunch of people? Huh? Sending people in the moon with inside a cardboard box? What are you? Why are you laughing like this? Why? Stop laughing. Hey, I'm talking to you. So, there. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation. Go and look for the pictures yourself. You might think this was done for a school play, but no, sadly no. This was not done for a school play. This was done by NASA for the American government and for you. And I hope you enjoy your ego exploding and screaming around inside your head, say, no, 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 it's not true, it's not true. And then you look at this, and your ego has to say, I know, fuck all. Okay, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. Excuse my French. Bye bye.